Of Half-Life 2's Havoc physics engine, StarCraft Ghost should make a strong impression when it touches down later this year. Up Your Arsenal, a terrible pun and a rather distractingly silly subtitle for one of the most impressive PlayStation 2 titles on show at E3 this year.
Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal is the first online action platformer for the PlayStation 2. Now this game is really two games in one. It's a huge single-player game as big as either of its predecessors and a full-featured online game.
Platformers, have really been sort of in a funk for a while, and no one's really knowing what to do with them to make them exciting. But to me, the multiplayer in Ratchet & Clank, the online stuff, is just really a lot of fun. There are these amazing gadgets you can use and swing around. You can play different characters. You can walk on ceilings. It's just a really trippy multiplayer experience.
And the trip doesn't end there. Those of you without network adapters can enjoy the 4-player split-screen option. Insomniac is renowned for producing polished, witty platform adventures, and Ratchet & Clank 3's innovative online modes takes the genre to the next level.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 is back at E3 again this year. Another of our old friends that's returned, like Half-Life 2 and Doom 3. There are huge crowds for it again.
There were people practically camping out just before the hour. Once again, there was a lot of cheering and clapping. Obviously, being English, I was slightly more reserved. I'll just give it a quiet nod. But yeah, I think it's going to be brilliant.
And there's this cutscene I saw where one character approaches another one and grabs him in his groin area. And I think this is the first groin grab in a video game, and I think we're really making progress in that front.
Devil May Cry proved very popular both on the Capcom booth and on the PlayStation stand.
I think in video games, sequels tend to get better and better and better. Devil May Cry 2 was kind of okay, but the third one looks amazing.
And that's the beauty of Capcom, really, in that they do listen to their fans. Hopefully it will go some way to kind of placating those gamers that were unhappy by the sequel.
The showing of a Metal Gear Solid video every year has become one of E3's traditions, along with the inevitable appearance of ex-Different Strokes wash-up Gary Coleman. However, this year, Hideo Kojima had even packed some playable code of Snake Eater in his luggage. Kojima showcased Snake Eater's new gameplay elements at an exclusive press conference. The expansive jungle environment forces Snake to utilize camouflage as a means of avoiding detection. And as the title suggests, Snake must forage for and catch food if he's going to survive. Although with crocodile, insect nests and snake on the menu, our hero's clearly a fan of the Atkins diet. A playable demo under the foliage on the show floor allowed us to get to grips with Snake's new jungle maneuvers, while the typically perplexing trailer asked more questions than it answered about the game's storyline. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater will infiltrate your console later this year. It's a return to the PS2 for Devil May Cry, and it's cooler than Ice Cool Hero. Here's seen fending off demons while munching nonchalantly on a slice of pepperoni pizza. Half demon, half human Dante faces off against his brother Virgil in the third installment of Capcom's stylish action-adventure series. As you'd expect with a Devil May Cry title, ferocious sword and gunplay is still its raison d'etre. But after the disappointment of Devil May Cry 2, Capcom has rebuilt the game engine from scratch, offering greater control over Dante's acrobatics. They've also introduced a new RPG-style fighting system, which allows you to tailor Dante to your own tastes.
We created a new fighting system where you can choose your favoured fighting style. For example, if you like to fight at close quarters, you can use swords or hands more. If you like to fight at long distances, use the guns. If you're not that good at fighting, you can use both guns and sword, and of course, use some of Dante's exotic moves to avoid the enemy.
Graphically, the game's a huge improvement over its predecessors, with impressive numbers of bad guys on screen, all lining up patiently to receive punishment. New moves such as the Million Stab and Aerial Raid propel Dante into a rage as enemies are dispatched in a hail of bullets or a whirlwind of flashing steel. Devil May Cry 3 left onlookers breathless. That's it for the Edge E3 Experience 2004. Condensing 3 days of fascinating new video game product into a half-hour show's tough, but hopefully we've given you an insight into this year's most important announcements, updates and revelations, along with a taste of what it's actually like to be there at the hottest game show on Earth. Until next year.